What's up, everybody? Eric here with another EWE review. Sorry it's taking me a while to get back to this. Had a lot of stuff I had to watch last week, so right now I'm just catching up with everything. So, this is going to be the spoiler-free review for Kung Fu Panda 4. I can't believe there's 4 of them. So this is a spoiler-free review, like I just said. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you want me to review next. But yeah, Kung Fu Panda 4. This is an animated martial arts comedy film with a PG rating. It was released on March 8th, 2024 with a budget of $85 million and a box office of $81.7 million as of March 11th, 2024. So I think it's going to make its budget. The director for this film is Mike Mitchell, and the cast is going to be a little different for this one. It still has like major people, but Jack Black, Awkwafina, Viola Davis, Dustin Hoffman, James Hwang, and Bryan Cranston. And the runtime for this film is 94 minutes, so it's pretty short. I watched this in Dolby format, and there are no end credit scenes. Once the movie's wrapped up, you can get out of there. So I'm going to go into the basic plot of the idea. Like, this is spoiler-free, don't worry. This is just something you get from the trailer. So after Po is tapped to become the spiritual leader of the Valley of the Peace, he needs to find and train a new dragon warrior, while a wicked sorceress plans to resummon all the master villains whom Po has vanquished into the spirit realm. So all his past enemies, like, she's trying to like do something with them. Okay, so let's move into my thoughts on the film, and we'll start off with something that's not good nor bad, but just something that I thought of while watching the film, and that's this idea of the Dragon Warrior. I was always under the impression that Po was the first Dragon Warrior, so this idea of him having a successor kind of confused me. I didn't realize that there was Dragon Warriors before Po. I'm not sure if there was or wasn't. However, it did seem a little bit weird to me. It came out of nowhere where I was like, wait, why does he need a successor? Was there a Dragon Warrior before him? I don't know that answer. I'm not sure if the movies really ever explained that. This just, to me at least, this felt like a reason for them just to make the movie. They were like, well, what premise can we go with? And they were just like, you know what, let's give that there's a new Dragon Warrior and Po needs to pick them. And it's like, all right, I get it, but I know Oogway picked Po, but I don't remember Oogway being the Dragon Warrior, so I'm a little bit confused about that. Maybe this is just me. If someone in the comments can actually write down and tell me what I'm misunderstanding from it, that would really help a lot. So let's actually move into the good. So the spirit of the Kung Fu Panda movies is still here. I know these movies are made for kids, so like I'll preface with that. However, this is still the same Po that we grew to like from the old movies, and the action sequences are still fun as they've always been. These movies always know how to do them. Like, the set pieces are always awesome, including like the ending. I always feel like they nail the endings in all these films. Like, they know how to do a good final fight, so I'll give them a lot of credit for that. And if you like the comedy of the other ones, I think you'll like the comedy of this one. They're very similar. Like, again, they're made for kids, but I mean, you can also have fun watching kids movies. I love the Mario movie. And I actually thought the Chameleon's plan in this film, although it's similar to the idea of Kung Fu Panda 3, a little bit similar, I actually did like how they're different and how they worked it in this one. I thought Viola Davis did a really good job of like making this character feel real and like sadistic and crazy. I really like that. And again, I like Po's character. I've always liked Po's character for the most part in all these films. He's always like going through these cool adventures, so he's always a fun one. They added some different things in this film that I don't want to explain here, but it felt out of place at the beginning, but then once you saw it a few times, it was actually kind of funny, so I actually liked it. And, I mean, good message to the film. Like, all these movies, I think, always have, like, good messages, like, always moving forward, not letting your past define you with your future, so I've always liked that. I think this movie does a good job with that. Let's actually move on to the bad. Now, although I have said, like, oh, there's a lot of cool similar things, there's also a problem with things being too similar. They're following a formula. And in this one, it's very obvious there's a formula. Each film, for the most part, Po goes through, like, this journey of, like, oh, I'm having an identity crisis type thing. And it's very obvious in this film that they keep doing it all over again. Like, in the second one, I'll give him to that, because his past was something that we hadn't done. The third film, I thought, like, hey, why is he going through another crisis like that? And here it's like, no, you can't be doing this stuff again. Like, now you're doing a bit too much. And I didn't care for the Shen character, the new Awkwafina character. Everything she did was predictable to me. Like, I actually guessed what this character was and what she was going to do prior to even sitting in the theater, and I was just like, I don't like the fact that it was that predictable. Not that saying that Awkwafina did a bad job. I think with the material she had, I think she did a great job. But I just felt like that character, they wanted to make her very deep, but they made her so predictable that I'm like, it didn't matter how deep you wanted to make her. Like, she was just so obvious to figure out. And I don't have an issue with them always like having like, oh, well, Poe has 2 dads. But the amount of times it gets mentioned in the film, it felt like a lot. It's like, okay, yeah, I get it. Poe has 2 dads. Why do you need to tell the audience that Poe has 2 dads that many times? It just felt like it was a bit too much, in my opinion. Of like, we've already established that he has 2 dads. I'm cool with that. Why do we keep having to remind the audience over and over again? It's like, this is a 94-minute film. It's like, were you guys just trying to get something in there so much? So I think I would have liked to see more of the dynamic between, even though we did get a little bit more, we did get some in this film. I kind of would have liked to see more of like, oh, all 3 of them together, how that works. But for the most part, the 2 dads were always separated, doing their own stuff in the story. And I know this is going to sound stupid, but the Furious 5 not really being in this film felt weird. It's like, yeah, it's a Kung Fu Panda film, but it's always been like, there's a Dragon Warrior and the Furious 5. The fact that they were separate, I don't know, that they're not even in the film, they're not even a part of it, just like, this felt weird. I'm not sure, just, it felt weird to me. It felt like, okay, we're doing Kung Fu Panda, but we're doing Kung Fu Panda Light now. And like, let's go into like some conclusions here. I'm not saying I dislike this movie, because I actually did enjoy it. However, I'm feeling like they're just trying to make money off these, and this one, honestly, to me, felt like a cash grab. Like, there was no reason to make this film, in my opinion. It's just like, oh, no, this one's DreamWorks. They just wanted to have another Kung Fu Panda movie, so they made another one. They didn't really care about the substance of it, and I think that kind of like, I didn't like that aspect of it. So let's actually move on to my score, and I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10 for okay. The main reason I'm saying 6 out of 10 for this, and it's like, it's okay. It's not like it's bad or anything like that. Like, this movie's like, everything's fleshed out pretty well. Is that I've already seen 3 better Kung Fu Panda films. And it's just like, there's a certain point where it's like, am I really getting much more for this, for watching these? And I didn't feel with this one I got much out of it. I felt like, oh, I kind of would rather go watch 1 or 2 again than watch 4, if that makes sense. Because I did feel like quality was going down with 3, but in this one, it's like, okay, no, now it's very noticeable that quality's going down. I'd still recommend you watch. It's a Kung Fu Panda film. It's not like it's something bad. It's a fun film. Just like, it's noticeable now that it's not near its peak anymore. It's definitely going on the downhill. I would actually say it was like 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So my next review right now that I have planned is going to be Ricky Stenicki. This is the new John Cena film, which I went in with very low expectations, and it met my expectations, but let's find out if I actually think the movie's actually good or not. But yeah, guys, I'll also be doing reviews for the Avatar show. That's one I'm surprised of how I feel at the end. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, let me know in the comments down below if you watched it. Did you guys like this film? Did you think that it's a Kung Fu Panda film, but the quality just doesn't feel like it's there like it was before? That's my main feelings. Like, the quality is going down, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching. I'll talk to you later.